So, Kimberly.
Yes.
What's new at the DDA?
Oh my goodness, there's
Anything new?
so much new.
Come on.
How much time you got?
Oh, okay.
So we have a lot of fun things happening.
Sure.
We have events happening. We have some capital improvement projects happening. We have staffing happening. I don't know the last time we talked, but we have a new admin and project coordinator.
You told me about that. What does that person do, and how did you find them?
So her name is Jess Dickinson. She's the new and improved me. So as you know, we had some staffing changes. I moved into the executive director role, and Jess moved into that role. She applied, and it worked out well. It's been a wonderful match. She joined us in late January, and she's been doing a phenomenal job, and so I couldn't be happier. So yeah, she's primarily focusing on our promotions, our events, and then administrative type activities. So the events that she's been working on, we have our concert series that's kicking off.
Always fun.
On June 19th, and then we have a pub crawl at the end of June. We're partnering with, so it's an organization, it's the American, I'm probably going to get this wrong, but the American Summer Pub Crawl, All American Summer Pub Crawl. It's their 10th
bigger
year.
than Oxford.
Yep, so it's Oxford and Orion townships. So we have activities in all of those different spaces. There's different like shuttle routes. So you have to take shuttles to get from one location to another.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, so tickets will be on sale later this week or early next week for that one.
Where would somebody find out where would somebody find out about how to get information about all these cool
Any of these events.
Yep.
So we have them on our website.
Yep.
We have all of our events listed.
which is, of course,
It's our website. No, it's downtownoxford.info.
and I'm sure that'll come up
It
magically on the
will.
screen.
Or you can Google down Oxford DDA.
Oxford
We're
DDA.
pretty good there too.
Yep.
And then we also have them on our Facebook page, which is Oxford DDA.
Good.
So then our farmers market kicks off in July. I believe it's July 10th that it kicks off, and both of those run until mid-August. And then we have a small break, and then we kick off our fall and winter activities, which are Scarecrow Fest, Witches Night,
Boom.
Soup and Sweet Stroll, and then we have our Polar Express and Holiday Market, which will round off our year.
And then you can sit down and take a break for a minute. Maybe.
Not really.
All right. So first of all, lots of good stuff going on
Yes.
at Oxford and Addison and all the communities
yeah.
that we serve.
Yeah.
I suspect a lot of people who just hear about this thing and don't actually do any of these things. They just say, how cool.
Yeah.
What would you say to them about all the stuff that they're missing?
Well, I'll tell you a secret. I've lived in Oxford for about 7 years. I've worked at the DDA for a little over 3, about 3.5, and I was one of those people. So I heard about all these cool events, and to be honest, I didn't even hear about some of them because my kids were smaller, and it just wasn't something that was in my life at that time. But I'll tell you what, it has been the coolest experience. Number one, to be invested in the community, to be able to attend, and all of these events are free. Well, I should say, take that back. Most of the events are free. Some of them do require tickets. But like our summer concerts, the farmers market, they're all free. And you see these families that come in on the summer on a Thursday evening. They bring a blanket, they bring snacks, or they grab dinner. They come and listen to the music. The kids are running around. I mean, it is just such a fun time. So yeah, get out there, go to an event, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to come back.
Start with 1 and then go to 2.
Exactly. And similarly for volunteerism, we utilize our volunteers so much to help get things done because we are a governmental organization. We do have a budget, so we don't get to spend everything we would love to spend. So we lean on volunteers to help us. And so same thing, try it once, see if you like it. I like to think we have a pretty fun time when we're doing our activities, when we're, even when we're out getting our hands dirty, planting flowers, cleaning up garbage, we're laughing, we're having a good time, we're making connections. It's about community. It's about, sharing together. Jack Curtis said it one time, and I will steal it from him shamelessly. Every single time, we're all 48371. And I think that is such a beautiful, way to live, and it's a beautiful thing to think about. Come experience something downtown, experience it in the township, celebrate our partners, our community members, our neighbors.
Come have fun?
Yeah.
All right. So you heard it from Kimberly first. Come have fun. We're all 48371, right?
Ooh, it rhymes. I like that.
Right. For Kimberly, this is Chuck saying, stop in, do fun stuff in the summertime. Oxford TV says, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Breathe. Love what you do and you've already won, my parents used to say. My parents whose smiles were my first finish line, who championed respect, whose resilience built mine. Even more than I wanted a gold medal, I wanted a heart of gold, like the mentors who were my balance beams, refusing to let me down, and the coaches who spoke out to anything out of bounds, heroes who never stood on podiums, but stood up for me. Every shot I made, give the assist to those who since my youth were referees, ready to blow the whistle and end abuse.
Okay, we're in Mike Solwald's office. Chief, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. I always appreciate talking with you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Lots going on in town. This is a wonderful time. We haven't talked to you in 2 or 3 months, maybe. What do you consider to be the important things that our community needs to know? I know one thing is safety. Summer's coming up and people start to be outside and having fun and acting silly. Do you have any counsel on what people ought to be aware of or avoid?
Yeah, absolutely. The summertime is the best time for all of us. We're all looking forward to playing ball, golf, all kinds of things, but we have to keep safe. And the biggest concern that we have in our community is traffic safety, obviously. We have, the study was done probably 10 or 15 years ago, over 40,000 commuters that come through this town on a daily basis.
Daily.
That's a lot of vehicles. We only have so many roads, so usually when people get backed up, I'm not going to wait in this traffic, so I'm going to cut through here, I'm going to cut through there. So if I had a nickel for every time a resident would contact me and say, Chief, you can make a living on my street. If you, I said, yeah, I'm sure I can make a living on anybody's street.
Any street.
But there's only a couple of us, and we try to move around, and we try to keep people safe in as many ways as we can, and that light is one of them. So traffic light is important. You got to make sure that you start to slow down when you come to an intersection, so that way you don't get caught going through the intersection when it turns red, or you can stop in a safe manner instead of slamming on your brake. Right. Phones are a big issue, distracted driving. My best advice is, because we've all got our phones and for some reason we all feel obligated that we always have to be on these phones and call somebody at all times, it distracts us and it takes our focus off the road. So put your phone in the back seat so it's out of your reach.
Back seat.
Or just simply don't answer it until you get stopped, in a parking lot or at your home, and use the phone that way, because you want to keep your eyes on the road for everybody's sake. The warm weather, this is when everybody gets sticky fingers. It's nice out, so make sure that you lock all your cars. You close your garage doors. Take your valuables inside. I mean, theft can occur in any community.
Sure.
Oxford is not vulnerable to that. I mean, crime is usually about an opportunity, and sometimes your subdivision can get targeted, and just for, hey, this looks like a cool sub. Let's go target this. One person watches the road, the other person does the deed, and they go around and they grab car doors to see if they're unlocked. And if it's unlocked, then it's open season, and they're going to grab whatever they can out of there. They've taken, thankfully, knock on wood, we haven't had that issue. Our guys are out patrolling like crazy to try to prevent that.
Sure.
But laptop computers, checkbooks, cash, files, please, weapons in your car, please. Take all these things inside, and if you can't take them inside, at least hide them, put them out of sight. Because a lot of times they'll look in the car and they'll see, especially if you're in a parking lot like at Meijer or wherever you're at any store, they'll walk by and just see what's in there. I'm like, do I want that? Psh, and I'll break that window, do a smash and grab, or just simply grab the door, because a lot of folks are distracted. If you got kids with you, or you've got on your mind as far as what you got to get at the grocery store, you're not locking your doors. So you have these things that are inside your car that somebody could just walk by and, they didn't lock the door. Okay, let's grab what we can out of here. So
Free shopping.
It's opportunity, and usually a lot of crime is of opportunity.
This is a peaceful community. I presume crime is of a small problem here, but as part of your role, part of your policing is to keep us safe from crime. kind of crimes do you folks run into, and how do you deal with that?
Well, domestic violence, I mean, there's really no way around that. And it doesn't have to be the physical kind. It could be just the verbal kind.
Sure.
Our job, and what I tell folks, I said, hey, if there's ever any doubt, please call us out. Let us referee it. Let us get things calmed down so it doesn't turn into a physical altercation, so somebody doesn't have to get taken to jail and have to go through all that.
Are your officers, I should know this, I'm sorry, but are your officers trained to handle domestic violence? Because that could be an awkward time for people.
It is. It's one of our most awkward times. I mean, this is something that we're trained in basic academy, but it's always a situation because you don't know how one of the sides is going to turn. Yeah. So you think you might have somebody when you're having a conversation with them, then the other one may turn on. So it's always good and safe for us to make sure we always have at least 2 officers on at a scene like that. So one could be with the other person while they're interviewing this person and keep them separated. So yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Well, we appreciate you keeping us safe.
Well, thank you. And then the other thing I wanted to mention too, as well, is taking your valuables inside the home. Please don't get on your phone when you're driving. Also, motion lights on your house. It's always a good idea to have lights on your home as well. So that way you're lighting up your property or spooking people off that may come onto your property. So lock your stuff up, take your valuables inside. Don't get on that phone when you're driving. Get some lights on and have a safe summer. Enjoy yourselves, please.
Well, we appreciate all you and the team do. Always say thank you from us to you guys and your team.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, I want to mention one more thing. There are some scams that are coming across as well, as far as on your phone, telling that you owe money to not to Border Patrol, but to
the toll booth.
Toll booths, yeah.
So I get those myself.
Yeah, right. So they're going to contact you and say that you owe money to the toll booth. So people get scared.
Yeah.
And they believe that, so they're going to make a contact, and they're going to try to make good with that because they're, oh yeah, that's right, I was in that state. If anybody, especially a police department, needs anything from you, we are going to contact you by mail. We're never going to contact you by your phone. We're not going to do anything like that. So if you have any question, if there's any doubt, if you get anything like that, please call your local police department. We will tell you how to handle that. Don't just start handing out money or checkbooks or getting scared because you think you need to take care of this. Reach out to your local police department, and we will reach out to them for you.
And you'll share your opinions on what they're doing.
We would be glad to. Yes, thank you, thank you.
So that's good. If we have problems, I don't always think about calling my local police officers saying, help me with this. I don't know that this is kosher. And if I don't do that, your guys can't give me counsel that might talk me down and might make me realize that this is a scam. So it's silly me. I should make sure that we make the call to you guys.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and we'll give you the best advice that we can, and we'll let you know on and if anything, you can give us the information, and we will do the digging for you and do the research and find out who these individuals are, and if it is a scam, we would love to get to the bottom of it so we can stop them from scamming somebody else.
Exactly.
And it's so abroad. I mean, who knows? They could be contacting you from another state or another country for that matter.
Right.
So it is hard to be able to determine that, but at least don't buy into it. Let us deal with it, and let's not give them that opportunity. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Chief, thank you.
Appreciate
Always
it.
good.
Thanks for coming along.
Stay tuned, stay safe. From the Chief, this is Chuck saying, we hope you have an excellent day.
Get them straight.
Yeah, right. All right. Thank you, buddy.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Good. Well, hey, back again, Chuck with Joe. Joe, thank you for taking some time.
My pleasure.
We're at the village offices. I like your dig. Some beautiful old photographs on here.
Yeah.
If you all haven't stopped by the village offices, you ought to see it. It's a good, hardworking people and a lot of interesting things to look at.
Yeah, and we have the old school photos from way back the turn of the century, the 20th century, and many people that come in find themselves perusing through the old photos and looking themselves up or their parents up and things like that. And they end up being here for an hour because they're over there looking.
I'm sure. I was looking at Oxford class of '66 because that was my class down in Ferndale. A lot of interesting. The people look like our kids a long time ago.
Yeah.
So Joe, what's new in town? I see that you've got your budget finished. That was sampled and approved. So that's done.
Yes.
What's the budget process for the village here? Is that a long, arduous thing? Is it how does it work, and is it efficient?
I think it is efficient the way we do it now. Several years ago, I put together a different format for the council members. That was one of the requests when I came here, is to try to just simplify it, make it easier. Because again, our council members are basically volunteers, right? And we ask a lot of them to volunteer themselves for a couple $100s a year, basically. And putting together the budget, a lot of the stuff will fall right in place per normal. You have your wages if you're DPW and the police and things like that. Sure. Then you have your other stuff, whether you're planning water projects, things at the water plant. And so we just plug those all in. And then there's some variations that the council members will discuss, about what do they want to do about what the parks or something like that, or street projects kind of being driven now by the water line work. But some things, they have some priorities that they want to work on. So. Then we kind of sit down, spend a couple hours on it, come back a couple weeks later, spend a couple hours on it, and a nice casual sit down, and then we bring it for the formal approval.
Got it. Well, it's good that it's done. I'm sure it's always good to have it done.
It is.
You mentioned a couple of projects. I was thinking about the water line, and also I read that this block company that's been there for a long time, some changes in both of those things. Give us whatever you can, an update on those kind of projects, please.
Yeah, Moyers Street from Pontiac to Mechanic is a project we have teed up to start after the 4th of July period. We received a grant that I applied for a year and a half ago from MDOT to help pay for some of that. It's like $239,000 to help pay for it. Around $900,000 for the project between the street work and the sidewalks and drainage and stuff. So that'll be taken up a lot of the time between July and August, and hopefully not take as long as the one last year, which took way too long. And then Hampton Block you referred to over at on the East Burdick. Been there for a long time. If you mention Hampton Block, people know it. We have a local family ended up buying it for the Saradan Construction Group. People, fine folks, they're excited, we're excited. You've seen the cleanup already that they've done. I don't know what their end plans are. I don't know if they know exactly what their end plans are. It's zoned multifamily residential, so some type of residential development will happen there.
Now if I remember right, that's a long piece of property because that was the railroad track, right?
The railroad track is adjacent to it. Yeah. There's a 50-foot wide easement that's separate next to that between the post office and the Hampton Block property. We've talked to both owners about getting together and combine them so it's a larger parcel to give them more options of layout. Sure. And I think they probably will eventually have some conversations about that. But yeah, it goes, to your point, it goes back on the south side all the way to Broadway Street. So it has access on Broadway and East Burdick. So we're excited. I think soon you will see the demolition of the building structures themselves happen. They haven't applied for the demo permit yet. But I brought something to the DDA. The DDA granted a $7,500 grant to help them with the site cleanup and demolition. Just to help cover some of those costs.
It's interesting to me, a businessman in another life, to see how different parts of the organizations in this town come together to help partially offset this cost and partially offset it, working together on things that you might not think of as their domain, but using their funds to help make things happen.
Yeah, everyone loves the exciting parts that the DDA does. The concerts are great, all the events they do are great. But the other part of the DDA statute and why they exist is infrastructure. Right. Improvements to infrastructure, removal of dilapidated and blighted structures, and things like that, all kind of fall into the realm of why they exist, I guess. And so this is another project. As a matter of fact, there's a second one. Everyone's familiar with this. It's called the Oxford Party Shop. I think it's 18 South Washington. Been vacant since before I came here in 2017. Wow. New owners bought it a couple years ago, didn't realize they're going to have to demolish it, but they are. And we've had some talks with them recently about getting their actual plan with their demolition contractor for us, because that's tricky. It's interlocked with the
it's
other
great.
neighboring buildings, so they need to get us a pretty serious plan, have our building officials review it before we can issue the demo permit, but hopefully that'll be happening yet this summer as well.
Got it. So that building needed to be demolished for, I presume,
Structural
structural
purposes,
reasons.
yeah.
And then they had to bear the cost of taking it down safely,
Yeah.
without doing anything messy, and then building another building up
Yeah.
there. Whew, that's
Yeah.
a big hit.
Yeah, and right, because I think the gentleman who bought it thought he was just going to go in there and spruce it up and then open. And then I think within a week or so buying it, he realized that the floor is about to fall in. It's in the middle of the building, and it's not really worth.
It's hard to draw people into a building that doesn't have a floor.
Yep.
You know, exactly right. Well, we thank you for all the good stuff you and your teams do to make things work. Anything else we need to pick your brain on before we let you go back to work?
No, I don't think so. I know the beach is open now. Summer is
Yep.
officially here, but not really here. Hopefully that'll change for us soon. But we have a couple new faces in our DPW. You'll see them around town this summer, and
Yep.
we're looking forward to a good summer.
Good team. Well, we appreciate all the good work that you and your teams do. We thank you for it.
Yeah, we got a great crew here.
Yeah, we do. So for Joe, this is Chuck saying we gotta go. You have a great day. Stay
Thanks.
tuned. Thank you, my friend.
You bet.
Okay, so we are here in beautiful downtown Oxford. The view from the top today is we're going to talk to Roger. Roger, thank you for starters
Absolutely.
to spend some time with us today.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to be outside on a beautiful day talking with
It's a
you.
lovely day.
Yeah. You've been involved with the View newspaper, the Oxford Leader, which now is part of the View newspaper group for a while.
Yes.
You have the view, no pun, from the inside. Two things I've noticed. One, everybody gets a leader, which everybody didn't before.
Correct.
And two, understand it's part of quite a larger organization that continues to expand in a time when, to me, that takes courage because not everybody reads the newspaper anymore. Tell me a little bit about, if you would, the story about how you got involved with them and how they got involved with a leader, and then give us an idea what you're up to. What do you do to communicate the value of that paper to businesses and to people?
Sure.
We've only got 47 minutes, so no, 5 minutes is good.
I have been with the Oxford Leader and formerly Sherman Publications for 10 years. 10 years ago is when I started about. We were acquired by The View when Mr. Sherman wanted to retire
All right.
back in 2022. And one of the first decisions that they made, the Oxford Leader's a 125-year-old paper.
Wow.
The first decisions that they made was to have the paper go to every home in the township. We go to 10,900 homes in Oxford Township alone.
Yep.
Between our 4 North Oakland papers, we hit over 50,000 homes. And as a group, all 22 of our papers, we go to well over 300,000 homes every week.
Every week. That's a lot
Every
of
week.
publishing.
It is a lot, yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of papers. And the decision to do that was one of the most crucial decisions that they made, because now the advertisers get into the home of every household in the market.
Yeah.
And the consumers get to read what happens with their local school board, what happens at the village council meeting, at the township hall meetings,
Yep.
all the local news that you really can't get anywhere else. and it goes out to every home, so they're able to get that information.
It's must reading in our home, which makes me chuckle because we did not subscribe before.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of newspapering, but now my wife and I both read it cover to cover with interest, and oh, look at this, and we ought to think about going to this. And so you're right, it has had that effect on us.
There's a certain snowball effect. The more people that read it, the more people talk about it,
Sure.
the better results the advertisers get.
Yep.
The more we're able to put more content in the paper.
Excellent. So what's your role in that amazing paper agglomeration consortium?
So I am a marketing specialist.
You look special.
I meet with all the local businesses. It's one of my favorite things is being out in the community, talking with the local business owners, finding out what their needs are, and communicating their specials, their deals, what they have going on with the public at large.
Do you, I see a lot of advertisements for local businesses, for example. I've learned a lot. Do you help them create those advertisements?
Again, I studied at CCS for something completely different, but that is one part of my job that I really do enjoy, is working with the customers, helping them come up with the ads, helping them design the layouts. We get the general rough draft together, and then I have a award-winning art department at one of our locations over in Fenton, and they put the finishing touches on it and make it look beautiful.
God.
They do great work.
CCS, for the folks who are watching that don't know, what's that acronym stand for?
Well, back in the day it was College for Creative Studies, down in Detroit.
So you have a wee bit of creativity in your blood, and you get a chance to flex it a little bit talking to people. I suppose on the backs of napkins, drawing out brilliant schemes.
You probably wouldn't be surprised, but that does happen quite a bit. Little doodles and jots.
Sure that. Do you think that the businesses around see the change from subscription based to free to every home base? Do you think they find that to be a good decision, and do they benefit from it?
Well, a small business like that, 80% of their business comes from, say, a 15-20 mile, radius around their store.
That makes sense.
And in general, we hit all those homes in that area. So absolutely, yes, they definitely see the benefit of the paper being delivered to every home.
Excellent. The marketing guy makes me wonder, answer if you will, but if you can measure the difference in their business by their using your advertising platform.
Absolutely. We wouldn't exist without the advertisers.
Yeah.
I mean, they pay to have the reporting done, to have the printing done, to have the paper laid out, and have it mailed. I mean, just think how much it costs to mail to 11,000 homes.
Well, then we, speaking as a consumer, we thank you all. We really thank you all.
Yeah.
How do you get into them? How do you open the door to them?
Oh, it's different for every customer. Every scenario is different. We see a sign in the door, we'll reach out to their knock on the door. We'll reach out on their Facebook page. They come to us a lot of times.
If I was them, I would.
Yeah.
If you're going to help me wave my flag.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
For sure.
So what do you think of Oxford? Do you think this town's going to make it? Do you think we have any future here after several hundred years?
I live right here in the village. I love living in Oxford.
Sure.
I love being able to walk here to Centennial Park, hit the restaurants and the shops. Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous. And it looks better and better every year.
It does.
Yeah,
DDA and everybody's doing a great job.
They're doing a fabulous job for certain.
Beautiful. Well, I thank you for taking some time. It's great to see. It's great to know that the leader and its now ownership, the View Group,
The View newspaper group,
still thinks that this is a town worth paying attention to.
Absolutely. And we are growing. We just opened up our 22nd paper in 22 years, the St. Clair View over on the east side, with 17,000 homes every other week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have Rogers in the various communities to try to wave the flag?
Yes, every community has its own Rogers.
But we have clearly the best.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best Roger here. All right. Well, Roger, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.
Yep.
Enjoy your newspaper, those of you who get it, and those of you who don't, clamor for it. And until next time, for Roger, this is Chuck saying we at Oxford TV hope you have an excellent day. And that was a view from the top. Well done, sir.
Perfect.
Well done, well done.
Excellent.